You know, if we go in YouTube and we search for Quran and science, look at this, look. I mean, it's loaded, loaded. Look, even Lily J is here. Eesh.
Did I just find another miracle in the Quran? In the chapter called The Cave, it talks about the story where the sleepers, it says they slept in the cave for 300 years plus 9. Why would it say 300 years plus 9?
Why? Man, that's deep. Why it says 300 years plus 9? Not why not plus 2? J, Lily? ChatGPT, why the Quran says 300 year plus 9?
This is so confusing, but this is literally a miracle. One calendar year equals 365 days, right? But one lunar year, which is calculated by the moon, is roughly 11 days shorter. That 11 days, if you multiply that tiny little difference over 300 years, the total becomes exactly 9 years extra. 300 solar years equals exactly 309 lunar years.
Let me explain to you, Lily J. The stupid you did not notice that it's a story. It's a story from a Christian guy from Syria. He wrote it, just a fiction story, to make the Christian, to tell them, have patience, things will change and you will be victorious. This is not even a real story, but let me show you something in the Quran about this story. As long you are mentioning the cave story, I will send you back to the cave. In the story, let us go to the Quran. There's a miracle there. Muhammad, when he copied the story from the Syriac, he copied it from the Aramaic. And look what happened in the Arabic. So those seven sleepers, which is a fiction story, is not true. Those are Christians who went to the cave running away from an army. The army of a king who want to kill them because they converted to Christianity. So they went to a cave. So if you read here the story, Muhammad, he read the word in the Aramaic wrong. So here it says, وَكَلْبَهُمْ وَبَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ. The Arabic translation translated is, and their dog stretching its paws. That is a false translation. Dhira in Arabic mean his arms. Dhira'ayhi, 2 arms. See?
His arms.
See how we got them busted? So how Muhammad he come to the conclusion that the dog have 2 arms? Because this is not a dog. The original story says that those angels, when they went to the cave, an angel appeared and he opened his arm, scaring the army, protecting them from the army. Not a dog, you idiot. So here in the story it says كَالِئَهُمْ, not وَكَلْبَهُمْ. And even the Muslims in their interpretation agree that the origin of this is كَالِئَهُمْ. كَالِئَهُمْ is the one who protect them and provide them, and that is an angel. That's why here it says, so he opened his arms. Dogs don't have arms. And what the dog arms will open, how that will protect how that will protect anybody from an army, a king, an army. A dog is opening his arm. If you change the translation, this is chapter 18, verse number 18. Look here what they did. They say he is stretching forth his 2 forelegs. So this is not a miracle. This is just a stupid story in the mind of Muhammad. It is about a fictional story, never happened, it's not real, and supposedly those Christians, they wake up after 300 years and they find that the whole kingdom changed and everybody become a Christian. It is not a real story. And there is no point of them to stay to sleep for 300 years. But as usual, Muhammad, he copies stories from everybody. Everybody. So according to Lily J, this is a scientific miracle. Secondly, if we say 300, if we take all the difference between the lunar year and the normal year, let us see how that will be. Because she said 309 years. Didn't she say that? The Quran says so. So the stupid woman here, she is saying, oh, if we take the difference between the 309 years in the moon calendar and the normal calendar, we will find that the 9 years is the addition of the sun calendar. But that will be horrible, because that means Allah don't calculate time by the lunar year, because He considers that the sun year is a perfect one. If He calculated by the lunar time and He tried to make it equal to the sun time, that means it's not a 309 years, it is a 300 years, according to her calculation, which I don't really consider. If we ask ChatGPT, how many days between the lunar year and the sun year?
A lunar year, which consists of 12 lunar months, is approximately 354 days long. A solar year, which is based on the Earth's revolution around the sun, is approximately 365 days long. Therefore, the difference between a solar year and a lunar year is about 11 days.
All right. So the difference is 11 days. So if we go right now and we calculate, and we say 11 days x 300 years no, we need what we need to do to see the addition as she is saying. So 11 days extra. So every year we have to add the lunar year. Yeah, I mean that will be 3,300 days divided to 365 days. That will be not 9 years, that will be 9 years and a half. So the whole story is a fictional story. Muhammad, he copied the wrong word, and this is why the Quran came in funny, because remember, according to Islam, dogs are najis, they are filthy. So how suddenly in the Quran the dog story appear? How suddenly the Quran says that the dog is a good guy and he is protecting those, and how the dog, he will open his arms for the 300 years? The dog is standing open his arms for 309 years and they are asleep. It's just a stupid story. Same time, in the Quran doesn't say we wake them up. It says ba'athnahum, we resurrected them. And they were, like questioning between themselves, for how long we are here, how long we stayed here. They said perhaps a day or a part. But here, there is something more funny about this story. Remember, it is Lily J, she mentioned it. So we have to cover all the story. One of the most funny thing in this chapter or this story is this part. They ask Muhammad, how many are they, the seven sleepers? How many are they, the seven sleepers? Muhammad, he do not know. So look what he said in the Quran. Some they say they were three, and their dog is number four. Now, linguistic way, this is absolutely false and wrong, because you're gonna say, and the dog is number four, because the dog is not there, is not a human. So you can say three human and one dog, but you cannot say three and the dog is the fourth. That is wrong in Arabic, that is wrong in English, that's wrong in any language. But okay, some they say they are three and their dog is the fourth. But some others they say they were five and the dog is number six, guessing at the unseen. Yet others they say they were seven and their dog is being the number eight. Say, Muhammad, now Allah telling him the number. Oh Muhammad, tell them, Allah knows, only Allah knows their numbers, and none knows those numbers but a few. So what is the number? Muhammad. He's afraid to tell them what is the real number. So they will get him busted. He do not know the story perfectly, which is a fiction story. So in order to avoid answering the question, he said, some they say they are three and their dog is number four, but everybody knows that these are seven. I mean, the story of the seven sleepers is extremely well known long before Islam. Seven sleepers. Hey, how many are they, the seven sleepers, Muhammad? Some they say they were three and their dog is number four. Some they say they are five and their dog is number six. And here, by the way, did you notice the mistake? Anyone notice the mistake? Who noticed the mistake additional to what I just mentioned? Give me your idea. Anyone discover a mistake? Horrible mistake. Look what Muhammad did. He said, some they were three and their dog is number four. But then he said, right away he jumped to five. Some they say they are five and their dog is number six. Like, hold on. When they say some they were three, he's talking about the human, right? So the second number should be, some they say they are four and their dog is number five. And then some they say they are five and their dog is number six. And then some they say they are six and their dog is number seven. And then some they say they are seven and their dog number eight. And until now, remember, the Quran saying it clearly, only Allah knows and few. So what is the number? As long already few, they knew the number. So what is the number? How come Muhammad could not give us the number? So as long as few, read carefully, some they knew the number beside Allah. So what is the number? I mean, is that a nuclear? Just tell us how many. Why you are mentioning some they say, if you will not even give us what the correct number? Is that a miracle or a stupid? Muhammad trying to escape the embarrassment. Any Muhammadan? What is the number? Imagine you go to exam, and the exam they say to you the answer, the correct answer is either A, B, C, D, F. And then now you answer, so you can pass. You can say, some they say it is A, some they say it's B, some they say it is D, C, F, X, and Allah and me knows best. And now I passed the exam. I mean, why Muhammad is super smart? The intelligence of Muhammad is challenging. The Prophet could not answer a very simple question. The seven sleepers, how many are they? They told him already the number. But because he was afraid that this is a trap, as usual, so he decided to say some they say, some they say. Any Muslim knows how many the sleepers are? Why Allah decided to hide the number of those sleepers? So we have to say the Quran is a super smart book. And for sure, with Lily J, the Quran become a book of genius. I mean genius. And Muhammad keeps saying, say Allah knows best. How long they stay? So is it 300 years and 9? Or still we do not know? According to the Quran, nobody knows actually. Read carefully. It says, and they stayed in their cave 300 years and 9. And look what the Muslim they did in this verse. They say 300 lunar, solar, and 9 lunar. Where do you get this from? It says 309 years. And we know that the Muslim they take only lunar years. Since when Allah He used any year beside the lunar? Isn't it the Quran says that the year for Allah is a 12 moon? So look what happened here. In this verse it says that they stayed in the cave for 309 years. There's no solar, there's no lunar, take note of that. And then say Allah knows best how long they stayed. So what does 309 years then? Is that the number, or still it's not the number? This is an ancient story, and the original story, there's no dog of it, it's an angel. Which makes sense based on the story, because supposedly a king is coming to kill them with his army, so what a dog will do in the door of the cave? It was an angel. Even in Arabic it says كَالِئَهُمْ, not كَلْبَهُمْ. But most likely Muhammad he is confused about what he heard. He heard كَلْبَهُمْ when in fact they told him كَالِئَهُمْ. In fact, even if we go to the Muslim interpretation, we will find how Muhammad got busted. Let me give you an example. Potato Muhammad. An ignorant who don't have elementary school, he became a professor, the dean of the university. This is a story written by a person, his name Yaqub as-Saruji, Jacob the Saruji. He is a Syrian man from Damascus. He is an Aramaic person. He died in the year 521 after the Lord. Let us see. in the Syrian story, it says they stay 372 years, not 309 years. But let me see. What we can get you. In this picture, I am showing you two text of the story, and how the Muslims are confused. So the word kali'ahum become kalbahum. This is the same story, and all the reference we are showing you is coming from Muslim books. So the ignorant, they do not know the difference between kala'a, which is the person who the keeper, the protector, even provider, and kalb, which is a dog. This is how stupid Islam is. They cannot even read their book. This is a book about pure Arabic language. Explain to us what the word kala'a mean, and how they use even to read the Qur'an before. Let us see. Here we go. So here it says رابعهم كلبهم, and then down we will see, this is here the dictionary. Let us show you. I will take the screen off. All of this is the meaning of the word kala'a, 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 kala'a. And this is the accurate meaning for the word used in the Quran, but is written wrongly in the Quran. Instead of kala'a, it become kalbahum. So from their provider, their keeper, which is an angel, have two wings, become a dog. This is what happened when you have an ignorant idiot claiming to be a prophet of God. He copies a story, yet he cannot keep the story correctly. Lily J, tell us some miracles, Quran and science. What else? Forced marriage in the Quran. Well, this is not our topic for now. We want to see science. The first university was founded by a woman. I thought Muhammad is the first university in the world. True story. Your prophet says women are half a brain, you idiot. Even he forbid them from learning how to write, how to read. Hadith versus Bible. Ultimate test.
Hey Christians, I have a question. You say the Hadith is an unreliable source and can't be trusted as fact, right?
The Christian, they say, is not a reliable source? Or you Muslim says that? I mean, do you see how stupid this monkey? If we go now to the Hadith, and we show you a Hadith, what you will say? You yourself, you will say da'if. Let me give you one. And I challenge you, Lily J, because you are expert in coming. I mean, I saw your pictures. You know, I don't know. You were, you know, you're a professional. So, is this hadith reliable, Lily J? You're a prophet. He says the following. Remember here it says sahih. So I have to say now this is reliable. I want you to say if it's reliable for you or not. Because if you say yes, it's reliable, that means Muhammad is a fraud. So Muhammad, he says, the messenger of Allah said, the man water is thick and white, and the women water is thin and yellow. Whichever of them comes first, the child will resemble the parents, which means will be male or a female. So Lily J, is this hadith is reliable? If you say no, you are in trouble, because you are the one accusing the Christians, say that the hadith is not reliable. It is you Muslims saying that to us. I thought you Muslim, you deny the hadith, not the Christians. We beg you to accept them. So I want anyone to tell Lily J, do she accept this hadith? Because according to Lily J, we can do misyar marriage, me and you. We can go to the hotel, like, you know, I learned something scientifically true from Mimi Blue Job. So we go to the hotel and we do misyar marriage in the hotel only, like in the bedroom. I don't know you, you do not know me, you just take off your clothes, we do boom boom, and then the one who comes first will decide the gender and the look of the baby. If you come first, the baby will come with the black hair. This is why you keep making yourself blonde. You are not blonde. Will look like you and will be stupid like you. If I come first, the baby will be look like me. He have one tooth and he is short and very fat. So what about we practice this to see if this is true or not? If this is not what will happen, that means Muhammad is a big fat fraud. Let us hear again what TDJ she said.
Christians, I have a question. You say the hadith is an unreliable
It's not the Christian they say that, you stupid donkey. It's you Muslims.
source and can't be trusted as fact, right? But the hadith is more documented and verified than the Bible.
It's more verified than the Bible. True story. She is a scholar. We have tens of thousands of manuscripts. They don't even have one manuscript of so-called hadith. Not even one. In fact, Al-Bukhari itself does not exist. I will show you some of the science of Al-Bukhari. Muhammad, he used to eat flies. Or let us say, Muhammad, he enjoy his soup with the flies. This is Al-Bukhari science. The Muslim, they were watching Muhammad eating. And Muhammad, as we know, he is very stinky man. To the point he don't mind flies in the soup and he is drinking and eating it. He have no problem. So when they question his behavior, he said, if a fly falls in the drink of any of you, in the soup, he should dip it in. Where? In the soup. And take it out. Why Muhammad? Oh, I mean Professor Muhammad. Because one of its wings has a disease and the other has a cure for the disease. Now, if Muhammad is not a professor and he is highly educated, how he knew this? We have to be honest here. How Muhammad he knew such an amazing information? Any scientist can tell us that it's true. In fact, there is a video made by a doctor from Gaza. I don't know if you saw this video before. This doctor from Gaza, from Hamas, he said that the Catholic Church, let me see if I can find the hadith. So according to the liar, this Abdul, the Catholic Church, they hired two scientists to expose Prophet Muhammad, because if we can prove that the hadith about the fly is a lie, then Muhammad is a liar. So the Catholic Church, they hired those two scientists, and they are very famous, to study this hadith. So if we have a proof, we can expose Islam. When those scientists they start studying this hadith, they found it's true. They found it's a fact. And then I'm trying to find the video actually. Let us see. And then Bayer, the company Bayer in Germany, they bought this discovery from them, and now they are making like a cure for AIDS. Actually, I think I found the video. You guys want to watch it? I'm afraid if I make it, if I play it for you, you might convert to Islam. This is a very serious discovery. This is Hamas TV.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: إذا وقع الذباب في شراب أحدكم فليغمسه ثم لينزعه فإن في أحد جناحيه داء وفي الآخر شفاء. صحيح البخاري. طبعا في هذا الحديث يتضح بوضوح تام أن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يقرر حقيقة علمية.
It is a fact,
واضحة
scientific fact.
بأن الذباب إذا وقع في الإناء فيجب على الإنسان قبل أن يشرب هذا الإناء أن يغمس الذبابة داخل المشروب ثم لينزعها وليشرب ذلك الشراب فإنه لن يضره. لماذا يا رسول الله؟
Why?
لأن في أحد جناحيه داء وفي الآخر
مين؟
دواء. قامت الكنيسة
What?
في
The church?
ألمانيا
إيه؟
بدفع مبالغ طائلة جدا
Man, the Catholic Church.
لاثنين من العلماء لإثبات أن هذا الحديث ليس صحيحا.
Oh, Catholic.
وخصوصا أن هذا الحديث في البخاري.
Yeah.
أي أننا لا نستطيع أن نقول بأنه ضعيف أو خلافه.
See, we cannot.
فإذا أثبتوا أن العلم يناقض هذا الحديث ويخالف منطوق الحديث فيعتقدون هم طبعا أنهم سيكونون قد نالوا من الإسلام نيلا عظيما. قاموا بأخذ عينات من أجنحة الذباب وبدأوا في البحث في هذه الأجنحة وتحليلها وأخذ العينات عن سطحها لاكتشاف الموجود في كلا الجناحين. فكانت الحقيقة الدامغة انقلبت الحجة على من يحتج أو يريد أن يحتج بها.
Disaster.
اتضحت الحقيقة. كانت دامغة وانقلب السحر على الساحر.
مين؟
إذ خرج العلماء لأخذ العالمين بنتيجة مذهلة.
What is that?
قالوا أن الذباب يحتوي في أحد جناحيه على كميات هائلة جدا جدا من أنواع البكتيريا التي يحملها عن طريق عندما يقع على مخلفات الطعام المتعفنة وخلافه مما يتغذى عليه الذباب. أما في الجناح الآخر فقد خلق الله له قدرة عالية جدا على حمل مضادات هذه الميكروبات.
Unbelievable.
وعندما سمعت شركة باير
من
أكبر الشركات الدوائية على
أها
مستوى العالم
أها
عندما علمت بهذا البحث استفادت منه فائدة عظيمة، إذ
واو
قامت بعمل ما يسمى بالمزارع الحيوية،
مين
أي تربى فيها الذباب ويستخرج من جناح الذبابة يستخرج مضاد حيوي يعتبر الأقوى على مستوى العالم على الإطلاق. هذا المضاد الحيوي هو عبارة عن كورس من 5 حبات
أها
يعطى للمريض
أوكي
ويستعمل، تصوروا يا إخوة، يستعمل لمرضى الإيدز
إيدز
لرفع مناعتهم وتدمير كل أنواع الميكروبات التي قد يعانون منها لقوتها.
I mean, I cannot imagine how stupid those who watch the TV of Hamas. This is Hamas TV. How antibiotic is going to fight AIDS, you donkey? Secondly, one wing have disease, the other wing have antibiotic. Why it's one wing? Why they are not mixed together? And you know, like there is like balance, like you know, which one is like more heavy? Is it the right wing, the left wing? And this is scientifically true, right? And they discover that. Like, do we have a research study you can show us? Like, you know, and this Catholic Church, I mean, aren't they ashamed of themselves to hire 2 scientists to get Prophet Muhammad busted? Don't you guys Catholic have a shame? You trying to get Muhammad busted? Don't you know that Muhammad never lie? Hey Abdul, as long the fly is your prophet, he die, he keep shit, he have diarrhea 24 hours, 7 days a week. He cannot walk, he cannot go to the bathroom. As long the fly full of antibiotic and the more, and then buyer they made bills. They give the one who have AIDS 5 of it a day. By the way, how much each one cost? Do you know the price?
هذا المضاد الحيوي طبعا هذا المضاد غالي جدا، إذ أن الكورس الواحد منه يزيد ثمنه على
$500 for every pill you take. So those Christians, they are making fun of a Prophet Muhammad about the fly. Do you know that the wing of the fly can make you so billionaire? Don't tell this to Andrew Tate. He will quit his tit business and he will switch to the fly. And you know, this guy, Christian Prince, he says that bees goes to the flowers and flies go to shit. You do not know that the flies is where the vitamin and the antibiotic, it's not in the flowers. So we Christian, because we are naive, we we eat honey. Muslims, they eat flies. Dip it, dip it, dip it. And you know, the astonishing news, the scientific fact they discover, is that why you Muslims, I mean, when you, why they are building hospital for you in Gaza by the money of non-Muslims? If you have the fly, I mean, the fly is everywhere in Gaza. You do not need medicine. Just dip it, dip it, dip it, and that's it. You will be fine. Listen, listen. If the water in Gaza is not good, aren't you saying the Israeli are cutting the water from you? The water is not suitable for human use? Just put a fly in the water, dip it, dip it, dip it 3 times, and drink it. Secondly, Bayer don't make medicine for AIDS. But you know, he is speaking Arabic. Who is going to check on him? He never thought that his video is going to be published around the world.